Okay, so we find me at the doctor in the next phase of this story. And I haven't seen my regular doctor in several years because I haven't been sick enough to go see him. Um, I've only been seeing a different doctor, a female doctor, for female things. So I hadn't seen him in years, and he was kind of comparing my old stuff to my new stuff, and of course noticed how much weight I've put on. When I first saw him, I had come out here, I had gotten really sick, lost a bunch of weight. First saw him then, and then I continued losing weight after that, not from being sick, but from doing the right things. So he was comparing my very low weight to where I'm at now, which is my very highest weight. Whereas, in all fairness, from my highest weight that I was when I first moved out here, I'm still about 25 pounds higher than that. But, you know, I guess that's what's in my mind. But in his mind, he's comparing 240 to 310, which is a huge difference, of course. And yes, I am at 310 now, which is not fun. Um, and so he ended up saying he would really like me to consider weight loss surgery. And my first reaction was extremely defensive because of so many reasons. One, we hear this stuff from doctors all the time, and we get kind of sick of it. We know we have weight problems. We're not oblivious to that. It's not like we don't care or we're not trying or we don't know it's bad for us. I'm sure you can all relate to that feeling. And then also, the fact that in the past couple of years I've come such a long way in how I feel about my weight, that I don't let it bother me, that I've really enjoyed my life more. And then I started going to see a therapist, as you know, in I think November. So I've been working with her and feeling like I've really made good strides in my eating habits and my exercise habits and actually changing these behaviors in a permanent way. And I feel like if I could continue with that, given 2 or 3 years, I could drop all of my weight on my own without surgery. So that was kind of what I tried to tell him. Of course, in the moment, there was that bit of shock value and embarrassment, so I was a little emotional. So I didn't have a good time trying to communicate to him. But in all fairness, he was kind, supportive. He didn't make me feel bad. And really, it's my back problems that prompted him to say it, and that's what he told me is, this is not about being on the cover of a magazine. This is not about judging you. It's my job as your doctor to make you feel the best you can and have the best health that you can. And basically he said, here we are again, dealing with my back again 3 years later. Yes, it's felt like a long time that I've been healthy and been okay, but when you look in the course of my lifetime and the fact that I have this degenerative spinal condition, to be in this much pain every 3 years is pretty frequent. And as I age, it's going to be more and more frequent. And basically what he said to me was, this weight, this extra weight on your spine is putting so much pressure and it's accelerating your degenerative condition. You're getting worse faster than you would otherwise. So basically, I'm always going to have this condition. It's always going to be getting worse over time. But sort of how fast that happens and how much pain I'm in is something I can really affect by my weight. And he said to me something that really kind of took me off guard, which was, I'd like to see you under 225 as soon as possible. And I just sat there thinking, God, I've never been under that weight. My lowest weight I got to was 240, and I've gotten to that weight several times. But the last time I was 225, I was probably a sophomore in high school. So the concept of getting there on my own, I had sort of made peace with, if I just get back to 240 or 250, I'll be happy just staying there. And so now he's telling me with my spinal condition, that's just not a good idea. So where I had sort of made my peace, just realistically isn't a good idea for me medically and with the pain I'm going to be in. So he certainly gave me a lot to think about, and he said, please think about the surgery because you need to get this weight off fast. So even if you can do it on your own, the fact that it would take you several years to do it, that's going to be bad for you. And I knew it would take me several years to do it. I was okay with that. But after this information, I started thinking, wow, how much damage look at what I've done in 3 years. I went from being, I had problems, I was doing all right for 3 years. Now I'm having really bad problems again. So when I think about taking 3 more years to get the weight off, how bad is my back going to feel then? And, if it feels worse in the meantime, it could still prevent me from working out like it has been. It could prevent me from making that progress. So the progress would be even slower, which makes the progress, the slower progress is going to make things worse for my spine. So it certainly gave me a lot to think about. And since I had researched weight loss surgery for myself, I believe I was about age 20 or 21 when I looked into it before, really extensively. I mean, I even did the whole pre-op program. I basically knew a lot of the information that was out there. So the research phase was really quick for me. I just looked up a few things to remind myself. It was just a matter of making the decision with myself. And I talked to my husband, I talked to friends and family, some people that have been through the procedures themselves that I know personally, family and friends. Talked to my therapist, talked to some of my best friends at home that have known me and seen me go through this for such a long time. And the basic conclusion is I have decided to go ahead with this. It's going to be a long process before it actually occurs, so I have more time to research and prepare and do all of those things, but I'm going ahead with it. I've just made the decision that the ways that surgery will change my life, of course there will be many positive ways, but sort of the drawbacks of some of the complications and some of the ways you have to change your life that are a little unusual, the things that stopped me before, now when I compare them to the kind of pain I'm in and the kind of pain I'm facing in my future, the fact that not only do I have this horrible back, but I have foot problems and knee problems and hip problems now, or all these things that I'm dealing with. And then on top of that, at any moment, around any corner, I could have diabetes and high blood pressure and heart problems. I could have a heart attack like my dad. I mean, it's just time to do this. And that's what I've decided to do. So I went to a seminar last week with the surgeon that my doctor recommended, and it also turned out to be the same surgeon that my friend here used and absolutely loved this surgeon. She went to the seminar with us. Ian went too, my husband, and we got all the information. Pretty much none of it was new except there's a third surgery option now. So I may talk about that at some point when I know which way I'm going to go. But we got all the information we needed, and actually after that seminar, my husband decided that he's even thinking about it for himself too, because, when I first said this was something I wanted to do, he said he would be changing his lifestyle to support mine, and he really wanted to do that. He didn't really think about it for himself, but after going to the seminar and hearing everything that was said, he started thinking, hey, I might want to do this too, and what better way to support each other than by making the same changes in lifestyle and both having the surgery. So he's thinking about it, and I'm pretty much decided I'm going to do it. We have a consultation with the surgeon on May 12th, which is a little less than a month away right now. So nothing can really go too far forward until that point as far as finding out which surgery we might qualify for, how much would be covered by insurance, which surgery is right for us, getting suggestions from talking to the surgeon, having our questions answered, all of those things. There is a possibility we can work on some of the pre-op tests and appointments prior to this, but I'm still waiting for a call back on that. I'm going to cut this off here actually because it looks like it's past 9 minutes already, so I'm going to make part 3. Okay.